Gym Experiment podcast. My name is Adam. I'm with Jake, and we're back again with another great episode. We're going to bring you a 2024 HomeGymCon update, get into some new products. That's the updated Rep FT3000, the Nemesis single stack from Titan. We have some speed pins and also a bar. We're going to get into those survey results from last Sunday, back again with the surveys, so I'm excited. Who are you most likely to fill your gym with is like the headliner survey we have for you. And then Jake's going to round it out with what he promises to be an amazing product idea. So I can't wait to hear it. Let's go ahead and get started with that HomeGymCon update. Jake.
Thank you, Adam. And for all the listeners, sorry for the few-week hiatus with these weekly episodes. HomeGymCon did pretty much take over our lives. At the end, the last few weeks, there were just so many small details that needed to be handled. It was our first time doing it, and plus, I think it's just the nature of the beast. There's just a lot of stuff at the end, and we just didn't get to these. Anyways, let's do a HomeGymCon update. And this is actually, we're announcing the date for next year. So it will be in 1 year. So April 26th and 27th, we're looking for full days. We're bringing it back to French Lick. I think everybody, at least most people that I've discussed, loved it. It's a great spot for something like this. And we started reaching out to vendors. It's Wednesday night. We started reaching out on Tuesday, and we already have 23 vendors added. So we started with those that were here last year, and we're like, hey, if you're ready to sign up, let's get it going. So I'm just going to quickly read off who we have added already for 2024. Starting off with Rep, Swing Sesh, JD Gym Equipped, Executive Fit LLC, Belt Fed Strength, Bridge Built, Primal Armor, Black Widow, AbMat, GoRX Fitness, Bench Blocks, Not Dead Yet, Waited Out, Microgains, Freedom Strength Co., First Form, Barbell Rescue, Clevabuilt, Solid Bar, Giant, Surplus Strength, Donnie Thompson, and then lastly, Bells of Steel, who we are working on something cool with as well.
Man, huge shout out to those 23. And again, returning with big names. Jake, you started reading off the list, and I mean, a big smile just came to my face because I now have the faces to put with those names, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's super cool. They must have had a good time if they signed up right away. So I'm actually going to start reaching out to non-vendors from 2023 in the morning. So hopefully by the time this episode launches, we have even more than 23, which would be pretty cool. And I'll also mention we're going to start selling tickets any day now. And by the time this is released, tickets will be available. So we're going to throw that in the links. You can grab your tickets for next year already. Check it out.
All right, well, let's get into those new products. We're going to start with the Rep FT3000 2.0. They just updated their FT5000. This is their update to the 3000. So it includes a lighter design with an even smaller profile than the original, upgraded pulleys, an extended cable range, and much more. Jake, you have the 1.0. Would you say these are things that needed to be upgraded for the 2.0?
Yeah, I think the upgraded pulleys kind of stands out to me. Extended cable range, I never really noticed a short cable, but I mean, that doesn't hurt. An even smaller profile, it's already pretty small. So, I mean, I think, yeah, just probably the best functional trainer in a small space got even better. Yeah, I've had this one for a year or so. Kind of wish I would have waited now, but oh well, good move by them. Speaking of functional trainers, Titan upgraded their Nemesis single stack functional trainer. So this is a good option with some sliding arms and like no pull-up bar. So it has just one bar down the middle with those arms on the side that can go all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. So a smaller profile than most of the functional trainers out there. And then the big change that they said, this is in quotes, it includes longer arms and fewer moving parts, maintaining the ability to train in over 1,000 explosive strength training positions. So I think this is a cool option. Both are about the same price. I think the big knock on the Titan option is it has a 4-to-1 cable ratio. So still good for the functional trainer movements, but if you want to just use one side for certain things, may not be your best option. Adam, which one would you go with if you had to choose one?
The Rep FT3000 for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
me too.
personal preference. But
Yeah, me too. I like the pull-up bar too, like the ability to have pull-ups there.
yeah. Well, next up is the Rhino Horn Mag Pin from Fringe. So Peter Keller was actually at HomeGymCon. He was passing some of these around. Super cool. A lot of people are excited about these speed pins. They're the only one with a pierced nose. So if you're looking at the picture, you can see the hitch pin at the end. So it's a speed pin with the added safety of having that hitch pin at the end there. Additional features include a stainless steel pin and an anodized aluminum head. People are pretty excited about these. I don't use speed pins, but having been around those surplus racks and switching out things, man, can I see the benefit now. Pop it in like the UPS just with like 2 speed pins. It's sweet. Jake, do you think you need like the added safety of like the hitch pin? There it is right there.
Here's the Fringe one, by the way.
Boom. Do you like that added safety feature?
I don't. I think it's probably a little unnecessary. It's a nice.
Do you feel like
pin.
you don't feel unsafe with like a regular speed pin?
No, I don't.
Okay, gotcha.
And I probably use them more than people would recommend them to. I've used them on monoliths. I use them on the bulletproof. I like them. I think they're probably here to stay. And then lastly, we have the Appalachian Bar via Primal Armor. So this is a Duffalo/Buffalo bar. Not sure exactly what we're supposed to call it, but the key feature here is that it's not quite as long as most of the others on the market, and it would fit. It's the same length as a standard barbell. I have a Duffalo bar, and it's really long, and it doesn't fit on my wall storage. So just because of where I put it on the wall. So I think that's definitely a big key. And they're also pretty girthy to move around. So I do think this is a really cool option, and it is made in America and priced pretty reasonably considering. And I'll also mention it is supporting a good cause with the Primal Armor.
Awesome. I think I've seen too that it has like it's going to fit on your regular J-cups. I don't have a Duffalo bar. Is that an issue, Jake, where it rolls off, slides back and forth? Yeah, so his like straighten out right where they hit the J-cup.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, cool option. Probably the option I'd go with if I was buying one today.
I'm going to start it off with some quickies because I love me a quickie. All right. 67% have purchased home gym equipment this year. 31% go to another gym besides their home gym. And then the last quick little survey we have is that 45% of people answering these surveys have made at least one purchase from the used marketplace within their last 5 purchases. And that seems to be a trend that's about the same. It's the same as what we saw last year as well. So of those last 5 home purchases, how many have been from the used marketplace? 55% is the 0. So of the 45%, 4 or more of those purchases, it's about 8%. 2 or 3 of those purchases, it's about 20%. And then just one purchase is about 18%. So that's pretty spread out. People are picking up a couple things when they find them.
All right. With cost in mind, who are you filling your gym with between Rep, Rogue, Bells of Steel, and Titan? So this is a question we asked last year. So with cost in mind, 45% are choosing Rep, 36% going Rogue, 12% with Titan, and then just under 7% going Bells of Steel. So Bells of Steel at 7%, Rogue at 36%. That's what we saw last year. Rep is up from about 41%. So they're up 10% from what we saw last year. And then Titan is down 27% from what we saw last year. So Rep seemingly stole votes from Titan this time around.
All right, we're almost 5 months into 2023, and 59% of people believe that Rep have released the best products this year. Others that we asked about were Surplus Strength, Rogue, and Bridge Built. So Rep had about 58%, like I said. Bridge Built, 10%. Rogue 22%, and Surplus Strength 8.8%, almost 9%. Jake and I talked about this earlier, and I was kind of thinking back. Rep had such their big releases the end of last year. So I kind of asked like, well, what releases have actually come out this year? And then we started rattling them off. So they still are going strong is what Jake reminded me. And then I was like, oh yeah, of course. Like there's so many new products coming out there. I kind of got confused like when they came out.
Yeah, we had to pull up the new products page, but yeah, it was pretty shocking with the benches, the functional trainers, the utility bench. Yeah, pretty solid. I'll just point out that, I just kind of threw Bridge Built and Surplus Strength in there, and they've obviously released a few things, but nobody else. Usually if there's like somebody that I missed, people will DM you and say, oh, you missed them. Didn't receive any of those. So it does seem like these four are kind of the innovators right now. All right. And then lastly, product idea. I literally just thought about this. I was looking at my sandbag pile behind me and I was like, man, I wish I had more variety, but I also don't like how many sandbags I already have that are just laying on the ground. So here's my idea. It's not really a product. It is an automatic sandbag filler. I don't know exactly how you do this, but basically it's a device to help automatically remove and add sand and also help you find a specific weight. I think you also have to solve the issue of sandbag size as I'm speaking about it now. But I do think this is a pain. I love sandbags, but like I also don't want 9 of them in my garage if I want to have a good variety of weight. I'm gonna be honest, I'm prepared for a low score, but it would be kind of cool, right?
I love the idea. I don't know how it would work. What I love most, if you're just listening, you're missing out, because for the product idea, Jake has a picture of sandbags and then a gas pump. And so when he started describing it, I was like he's filling it up like a gas pump. That's awesome. Yeah, I love the idea.
How nice would it be? You just need one sandbag. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or if you have like your other bags, you just have them empty and you just fill them up and go.
Right. Or you like superset. You like,
yeah.
Because if you're using a sandbag and it's like heavy enough, you're not going to be able to lift it eventually. So it'd be nice to be able to.
That's the goal.
Superset.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I love the idea. In a made up world where you could like fill it up like a gas tank, that's a 10 out of 10 idea. I have no foresight for how this would work. So in this conversation, what did Mike say? We're not allowed to give these 7s are a safe number, and so are.
Oh yeah, no 7s.
I can't give it a 5 either, something like that. So I'll give it a 4.5 because I would just give it a 5 and just ride the line there. But I'm gonna say it's like less than a perfect idea, so I'll give it a 4.5. But if it could actually work and I could actually see it being done and like not like a big machine, oh hell yeah, that's a 10.
There's got to be a better way to solve this problem.
You know what this segment reminds me of? Reminds me of The Office and the suck it. Remember when Wallace makes the suck it to pick up toys and then it got picked up by it's awesome.
Suck it. Yeah, I sure do.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight. If you liked tonight's episode, then be sure to keep your eye out for new episode releases wherever you listen to podcasts. Stay involved on our social media sites by following Garage Gym Experiment and taking part in our Sunday surveys on Instagram so that all of you can be a part of these conversations. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and get involved on our website for all your home gym content needs. I cannot believe I get to talk about HomeGymCon 2024. Guys, stay up to date by following the HomeGymCon socials. Trying to build out a Facebook page. I think I'm going to make that my goal, is to get a lot of the media and all conversation going over there. We've got the Instagram page, the website, of course. Jake and I and others are talking about everything we're bringing to HomeGymCon 2024, and I cannot wait until Jake shares it with you guys, because you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be amazing. But with all that being said, Jake, do you have anything else left for these fine listeners?
Nope.
All right, guys, until next time, stay big. Is that something someone says? I think someone says that.